Hey, Irish here. We're going to do a little bit of a booty video for you, starting in your pretzel position. So that means one shin out to the front, one knee sliding back behind the hip as far as you're able to, starting with just like a little tiny rotation, starting to activate the hip, letting it to push forward. So in my version of the pretzel on this one especially, you're going to be able to bring that hand over to the opposite side because we're going to be doing some reaching out and pulling back in, working on that outer portion of the hip. So make sure you've got room to move in that respect. So coming over, taking that knee up, taking to lift. The foot is relaxed. Your tempo for this can be to find a beat if you've got music on. If you want to do counts, you can do counts. Otherwise, I prefer just like 30 seconds of each. So it's going to be an up and a back. One up, one back, one up, one back. Just like an inch of movement, remembering that an inch is like the length of a paper clip. You're not trying to kick out behind you in some gigantic force. Okay, just push back, back, tiny little push. Push, your abdominals should be engaged. You should be able to feel those pretzel positions all the way up it towards the rib cage. That does not mean you're doing anything wrong. We're smoothing out the whole body line. Now you're gonna come push back, back, extend out, in. Now if you can, it's back, back, extend out, in, back, back, extend out, in, back, back, extend, pull. Now we're gonna take it to a pop-up pretzel, which has been my jam lately. So what you're gonna do is take and bring that hand down and you're gonna rock it all the way up and all the way down. Try not to let the knee touch the floor. So reach and back down. So you're coming up onto that front shin to extend and bring it down. If it feels like your body is kind of rotating with this and you feel like you need to walk your hand, that's okay. So if you notice that I'm kind of drifting towards the camera, that's kind of natural. Then you're going to take and you're going to hold it up in that position. If you need to walk the hand, you can. The top hand goes wherever you need it to be. Tap the floor and lift. Tap down and lift. Keeping that breath coming, pointed toe. Hold it lifted, flex the heel into the hip and extend. Pull in and extend. Shoulders are down, neck is long, abs are in nice and tight. Hold it extended, flex the foot and lift. Lift, tiny little up. Up, you can always adjust the bottom leg if you need to. This should not feel good. Finish strong. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down, hooking that heel in. I want you to reach up and away from it. Leaving that opposite foot down on the floor. Reach and extend out, open the hip flexor. Down, both hands coming over. Up and over to the other side. Down, reach it all the way out behind you. Coming back up, it's the same thing on the other side. Rib cage lifted, starting just with that tiny rotation. Trying to make sure you've got enough room so that you're not going to kick the couch or anything else while you're at home. Taking and lifting that leg up, it's just that tiny little up, up. Getting that rib cage to stay lifted up off the hips so the abs are engaged. One up, one back, one up, one back. Foot is relaxed here, abs are nice and tight. What you doing, Rowan? She's playing Little People. Just push back, push, push. Keeping that breath coming nice and strong. It's gonna be push, push, reach and pull, push, push, reach and pull. Remember, you can always stay with any of these movements longer or you can do it more often than I am. So if you wanted to go through this twice and get a little more out of it, since this is just a 10-minute little bit of a booty blast, and do it again. Do it again. Just make sure you give yourself that stretch time in between. Now we're taking it into that pop up. So you're coming up, back down into that pretzel if you can. Don't let that knee touch the floor. Extend and pull. Extend and pull. I like to imagine that you're grabbing a resistance band at the top and pulling it back down with you so you get that little extra ab engagement. Holding lifted, hand behind the head, heel to hip and extend, heel to hip and extend. Oh, sorry, tap down and lift. Tap down and lift came first. Now hold up at the top, heel to hip and extend. Heel to hip and extend. Instep should face down towards the floor. Holding out, tiny little lift, lift, tiny little up, up. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down, hooking the heel in. Coming up and over. Plant the palm, reach and press. Down, both hands coming over. Down, up and over. Down, reach it past. You're going to take and swivel yourself to be able to take your feet up on an ottoman, up on a couch, wherever feels most natural to you, so that you can take those hips about 2 fist distance up off the floor. Feet are hip width apart and parallel, starting out with that full roll down, full roll up, squeezing from the base of the glute down to the base of the hamstrings. Keeping that breath coming nice and strong if you can, pushing through the heels so that the toes are facing up towards the ceiling. Hold it up at the top, lift up higher, higher. Think about that squeeze to the glutes. Again, I always encourage people to be able to reach down and touch and feel that those muscles are engaging. Keep the hips lifted 2 fist distance up off the floor. Take the right leg up, lift higher, higher, tiny little lift, lift. Hold the hips lifted, top leg comes in and back up. Hips don't move, it's just the leg coming in and back up. Bringing that foot back to couch or ottoman, taking the hip side to side. Tiny little lift, right, left, right, left. Coming up and back down towards the floor, but not all the way down. Switching legs when you're ready, taking it up to the ceiling, tiny little up. Up, the leg that's on that couch or ottoman is the one that's pushing through the heel as hard as you can. Good, then leg coming in towards the chest and back up, bringing it so that your hips stay at that nice high height the whole time. Keeping that breath coming strong. Go get your rope. Taking it back so that both heels are down, taking it back side to side. Back to the center, lift as high as you can. Lift, lift. Pushing through the heels as hard as you can for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Open it up.